Good, good. Jai Mata Di.
जय माता दी।
हेलो हाय टीम विनिंग।
ये फोर्थ पर्सन कौन? अंशुमन है?
We are already live.
No, not yet.
I guess it's meeting.
यस इट्स शोइंग एज लाइव।
Hello, everyone. Let's just wait for a few minutes for other participants to join. We still have 1 minute. Let's give people 1 more minute and then we'll start in the interest of time. Toastmaster Anshuman, you there? Then who has started the recording?
Not sure. I mean, Anshuman is not here.
Then who's the fourth person?
It's a post Bright Beginning Toastmaster Club. It's an automated. Who owns this count? Bright Beginning. Only Anshuman hosts this.
Anshuman or you?
I guess it started automatically when this.
Hi,
Bright
Toastmaster
Beginning.
Ashutosh.
Hey, good morning, Toastmaster Shonak. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning. Guys, can you just add your role to against your name?
Are you expecting any guest?
I checked with Aryan. He said no.
I'll still. Uh,
Shall we start? Ashutosh, have you taken up any role?
No, not yet. Okay, I have to log in from the second device. Just allow me a minute.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, your voice is echoing.
Yeah, actually, he joined twice from two different systems, I guess.
Yes, yeah, hi. No, it's fine.
Yes.
No, so no role is taken so far. I could not plan any rules in advance, so we can take up. I can take up any role, auxiliary role.
Perfect. So, in the
Yeah.
interest of time, can you be the Sergeant Alarms for today?
Okay, I don't kind of not remember the script, so I suggest you please take up this one.
I'll take that
Sean.
one. No
Yes,
worries.
yeah,
No worries.
yeah.
And what's the meeting number, Harsh? Do you have any idea?
It's 2:45.
4:46. Hi, Toastmaster Aryan. Hello. Taking good topic. Good morning, Toastmasters. It's such an auspicious day today. It's Ashtami, which signifies the win of good over evil. As today, it is believed that Mata Durga has defeated Mahishasur. He was a demon, and with a face of bull, I'll say. So he was a demon, and that's why we celebrate Ashmi today, which signifies and we ask for strength, positive energy, and we basically imbibed young girls as the reference of Mata Durga, which signifies purity and the innocence. So on that good note, let's start and begin our day. I'll be the Sergeant Alarms and the presiding officer for today's meeting. As the Sergeant Alarms, as everybody in their life has a mission to achieve their goal, likewise our Toastmaster Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmaster Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we start this meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules everyone has to adhere to. First, please turn off your mobiles and put them on silent. For that, you have 5 seconds. Second, please keep yourself on mute mode unless you are speaking so that we will not feel any disturbance during the meeting. Third, please refrain yourself from talking about sex, religion, and politics in derogatory manner. We are here for a healthy discussion. To proceed, I would like to take over the role of the presiding officer. Hello, members. Such a beautiful, monumental day, and I would like to welcome you all for the 246th meeting of the Bright Beginning Club. For over past few years, our club has created a warm, friendly, and supportive environment as we gather each week to fulfill our mission to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which our members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater confidence and personal growth for each one of us. Our mission drives our club vision to be a place of deep community where aspiring speakers and leaders come to learn, and proven orators and heroic pioneers continue to grow and share their wisdom. At each meeting, we have a theme, and today's theme is very interesting: butterfly effect. We'll be hearing more on this shortly from our Toastmasters of the day, who is none other than Toastmaster Harsh. So I would like to hand over the stage to our young, energetic, and inspiring Toastmaster Harsh. Over to you, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters, and soon to join guests if we have any. Let me begin with one question. Have you ever made a tiny decision and realized later that it changed the course of your life? Like missing a train by seconds or deciding to join Toastmaster meeting as a guest. Well, those tiny decisions can trigger massive changes. And that's the magic of today's theme, the butterfly effect. Diving deep into it, it is part of the chaos theory, which says that a small change in one part of a system can trigger big changes somewhere else. It derives its names from exactly what it says, that the flap of a tiny butterfly's wing, probably in Kashmir, can set off a chain reaction which will cause a cyclone far away in Chennai. We'll talk more about this as we move on with the meeting. Let's Uh, Give me 1 second. Let's discuss how our today's meeting will be structured. Our meetings will be structured in three parts. First, the prepared speeches, where members will give speeches prepared uh, beforehand for 5 to 7 minutes, which will be uh, evaluated by a member. Second session would be the table topics, the most thrilling and exciting part of the meeting, where each member will be asked to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on a topic given by our table topic master. And third is the evaluation section, where our evaluator will provide constructive feedback to our members so that everyone can improve. And to ensure a smooth evaluation process, let's welcome our general evaluator for the day. Do we have a general evaluator today?
Toastmaster Ashutosh, can you please take the role of general evaluator? Because I believe in due
Yes,
to
yes.
festival time,
All
we
right.
don't
Yes.
have.
Yes.
Awesome. So to ensure a smooth evaluation process, let's welcome general evaluator for our today's meeting, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. So, as we say, the feedback is breakfast of champions. So, whatever we do, we need to reflect back on our actions and make progressive improvement based on the feedbacks. So, today, as a general evaluator, I will try to uh, give evaluation on the overall conduct of the meeting, specific roles taken by the role players and all the members in this meeting. With me, if there will this evaluation is a combined effect of the evaluation done by a specific tag team. Today, the tag team members, we can decide in this forum who, if anybody would like to take the tag team role or
Aryan, can you support on this?
timer, and Gilmar.
Toastmaster Aryan,
Yes.
can you
Uh,
take up some role?
yes. So great. I'll be the language master for today, which is a combination of the R counter and the grammarian. And I'll be taking, I guess I'm the whole tag team today. I'm also be taking the timer. The timer is responsible for maintaining a timely meeting and a timely follow of every speech. So for every prepared speech slot, we have one speaker today. I'll be showing the green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and the red card at 7 minutes. And for table topics, green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minute, and red card at 2 minutes. Our counter, as our counter, I'm responsible for ensuring that our speeches have as little filler words as possible. So I'll be sure to hold all of you accountable. And as grammarian, I'm responsible to ensure that we are using the right grammar and the right words in our speech. And for word of the day, I know that is all of yours favorite festival, favorite tradition. I would like to nominate our president to choose the word of the day. Toastmaster Shonak is
The word
displayed.
of the day is embodiments. So what embodiment means? It's basically the physical appearance. So let's say we all invite Kanjak and we see the presence of Lord Durga signifying the purity and the innocence in those young girls. So that is the embodiment. And as we all practice in our day-to-day life, where we bow our head in front of idols of Lord Ganesha or Lord Vishnu. So those are the embodiments which reference to the physical presence of the gods.
Would you like to spell this word,
E
Toastmaster Shonak?
Embodiments.
Oh, you mean embodiment, right?
Yes, embodiments.
Yes. So, embodiment. I will be putting the word of the day and its meaning and a sample sentence in the chat now. For the rest of the meeting, back to you, GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan, for taking this the role of tag team and also defining it while you have opted to take it in a very short notice, abruptly, impromptu. And Moving ahead, so based on the conduct of meeting and with the support of Toastmaster Aryan, who's prefer to take the TAC role, combined role of all the TAC evaluators, I will submit my feedback towards the end of the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Continuing the theme of the day, butterfly effect, I'd like to share a small story of my life, how uh, this theory applies to me and possibly trigger curiosity in yours as well. I remember when I was in class 7th, uh, I was an average student, but there was a science teacher who was really nice to me. That made me feel a little special, and that sparked interest in science of science in me. That small uh, goodness, which signified the butterfly's wing, has decided the entire course of my life, which uh, right from going to Kota to going to IIT to being an engineer and standing right here right now. So I would like to ask each one of you, if you can remember one tiny event from your life, could be anything far, far back away, which has decided the course of your life. Let's start with Toastmaster Shaunak.
Well, after completing my 12th, I was looking for admission in different engineering college. And that's, when I got enrolled myself into UP Technical University, where I left my house for the first time and moved to a big place like Delhi NCR. Effectively, I did my engineering from UP Technical University. The college was in Greater Noida. So it was a big shift for me, leaving my parents and my native and my comfort factor behind and moving to a new place where everything was new for me, the place, people, environment. So that was a big shift for me. For sure, it took me some time, to adjust into the new environment and things. But yeah, that's the journey. I think we all have started in some sense, in some way or the other, and still driving that. So that's my journey and my story.
That was really beautiful, Toastmaster Shaunak. I'd like to ask Toastmaster Vineet now, if you can share a small event.
There can be many events, but one I can remember or recall it uh, precisely is 5 or 6 years back. I was working for an organization, and I felt I was not growing enough, and I wanted to move ahead, but I was stuck because of some legal constraint. And that one decision, because of that small courage took, I took a step to move ahead and battle, and I did battle all the legal on the legal front to come out of that organization. And with that hard fight of 6 months post my resignation, if I recall back now where I am today, it's because of that tiny effort, tiny move of moving out of that, toxic culture, toxic organization, and where I was not even growing. So that has changed my life. That has changed my career completely different way. So which has made me what I am today right now. I couldn't have even think about it, what I have become today because of my that tiny decision. Yeah, that's what I want to.
Um, that was very interesting. Would love to know more about it.
Yeah.
Someday. Uh, we'll ask the other speakers as well, but with the interest of time, let's move ahead with our session. So for the first session, we'll have the prepared speech. Let's uh, we have one speech for today from Toastmaster Shaunak. Uh, Before that, I'd like to call upon his speech evaluator, who will be Toastmaster Aryan. Would you like to be the evaluator?
Yes, I will be the evaluator today.
All right. Okay, so let me call Toastmaster Aryan, who will evaluate Toastmaster Shaunak's speech to share the speech objective. Over to you, Toastmaster Aryan.
All right, great. So my target speaker today. Looking so weird I am today. My target speaker, our president, Toastmaster Shonak, is giving his level 3 project 1 from presentation mastery, which is persuasive influence. He's supposed to give a speech and persuade us by his ideas. And I'm waiting for his speech. So best of luck to you, Toastmaster Shonak.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aaron. In our day-to-day life, we all have been mentored, coached, or supported by someone in our life, be it job, be it personal guidance, or a mentorship, or making us aware about a new thing. Networking and relationship building plays a very key role in our life. How many of you agree with me? And as part of Toastmasters also, we also emphasize a lot on networking. And why I talk about networking and relationship building? Because in every area in our life, we are very much dependent on guidance to finding a way where that can make a mark for us. You might have heard a lot of time that when you must be talking to your friends or between your colleagues, oh, that particular guy is very lucky. He get jobs beforehand, or things are like a cakewalk for him. He is so lucky. Whereas most of us struggle to get a job or a new opportunity. Have you ever thought about that? What's the reason for that? That could be because of his networking and relationship building skills. A lot of us has that fear of making a first move. Maybe because of a rejection or a thought coming to the mind, how should I make a move? But you never know that other person also must be thinking the same. Whereas he must also be thinking that someone should make a move to talk to him. And that's what the major blocker is for majority of us, and that we don't realize. But that's not a big thing. It only requires two things: a smile on your face and a courage to say hi. And I believe if we'll do so, that will make a lot of mark for us and in our day-to-day life. I'll tell you my experience. When I just graduated, I finished my 12th, and I was looking for admission in engineering colleges across. That time, internet was not that much available to us, and there were very limited opportunities. Since I'm from a small city, so the awareness was also very limited. And that's when I start approaching people who were into that same field. They were also into that same uh, position where I was looking for admissions, figuring out colleges and all. And that's how I met one of my friend who was a acquaintance before. And I start, interacting with him, what he is doing. Through his reference, I got to know other people who were into the same field and looking out for admissions in the colleges elsewhere. And that's how I get to know, that in this particular state, these are the colleges who are taking the admissions, about the process. And then when I visited and I got the admission. If I would have not done so, that would have not make a mark for me. And that time I would still be struggling to get a good college. Else I would have ended up doing something pretty or small for myself. Another example, when I started my career, professional career, again, it was like a big ocean where I didn't had any job beforehand. And it was like a struggle to find out, what should you do? There are so many courses available, how to approach people, how to apply for the companies. Though I was doing it on a regular basis, still there was no response coming out of it. And I had no idea how to actually approach people or the companies in order to get the call. And that's when I was introduced to one of our distant relative, but through my father, and he asked me to just reach out to him. He's in a very good position. Maybe he can mentor you how to approach things or help you getting a job. So I did approach him, and that turned out to be a turning point of my life, where he mentored me. How should I approach? What should I get into? What should I learn to get a call? And that's how effectively I got my first job. In a similar way, we all look for an inspiration in order to get into new things or into the new territories or the areas. And that can only come if we are networking with the people, if we are available to take the information from the people. And that will decide our course of journey. Even medical says that if we are talking to people, interacting with people, that improve our physical and the mental health. So I request each one of you to take a sincere initiative to connect to the people, come out of your comfort zone, and develop those relationships where you can reach out to people anytime you need, or be a mentor to the people who reach out to you for any such support or whenever they are in a need. And that's how we all grow as a community or a society. So I believe you all resonate with my thought and will seriously think upon if you are not thinking on these line and length. So let's work on that. Let's work for our own betterment. Let's connect with people, come out of our comfort zone, and try to take as much as we can that can help us grow professionally, personally. With that, I end my speech. Thank you so much. Over to you, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Harsh.
Very thoughtful speech, Toastmaster Shaunak. I personally have always struggled with networking and connecting with people, but I'll take your advice I'll take a simple advice of just putting on a smile and saying a hi, because it's just a hi away. Uh, I'm sure it will definitely help me.
For
So
sure, sir.
that's great. So we had only one speech for the day. Now we'll move to the next session, which is the table topic session. But before that, I'd like to ask Toastmaster Ashutosh to share a small event from his life, which he would consider his butterfly's flap. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thanks, Toastmaster Harsh. So we will all have, if we recall, based on the age, I think most of all of us will be, including me, we will see the journey, roller coaster journey, sometimes with a lot of highs, lot of lows, and eventually you reflect upon. So I would like to mention one of the incident in my childhood, which has given me full throttle energy to move up, and then things got change, rippling effect. So while till class 10th, I was a very shy, very introvert, and then very poor in terms of decision making. So one of the incident has happened during class 10, which I consider as a miracle for me. So while preparing for the board examinations, class 10th as I say, the board examination is a board first time for a student. So I got influenced by some of my peer students, and that not to study, and then to level that I would not appear in the examination. And in the momentum of my this conviction, I also could convince my parents that I will not write the exam. The last exam, I was very adamant I don't want to write, and my parents also got somehow convinced, and it was a very kind of now things were in line. Everybody was sitting calmly. The day of examination, I was having breakfast, and suddenly the bell rang. I was surprised. Who has come this time? Sitting in my probably in my shorts and then some t-shirt. When I opened the door, to my surprise, my math teacher was there on the gate, and the school bus. He got the entire the school bus bang at our door. So I remember my house was in a kind of a not a very wide road, and it was a small lane. but he managed to get the entire bus in my next to my house. And so as soon as I opened the door, he pushed me from my hand. He didn't allow me to even change my dress. Just took me into the bus and then scolded me. How can you do that? Then pushed me to the examination head center. And I was very furious with him. What is he guys doing? My parents allowed me. Everybody. What is his uh, role in my life? Why he's pushing me so hard? So being furious, being annoyed with him, but I reluctantly wrote the exam, and somehow I passed also. So that was the momentum given to me, Toastmaster Harsh, to not kind of give up on things. So from that moment, I had a reflection that whatever it takes, need to face the situation and come out of the situation. Sometimes even fail in the situations also, but that is fine. But face the situation. So that is a reflection I took, and that butterfly effect still imbibed in me from that childhood age, and then I've been facing the situation, whatever it is coming. So far. So that's it, Toastmaster Harsh.
Oh,
That's a very beautiful narration.
that was a very crazy story. Uh, I was
No,
almost on my toes, like missing an exam.
even I think my father had the similar story where he always told me that never to run away or shy away from anything. If you are not prepared, doesn't really matter, but go for it. But because if you'll go for it, you will have some chance. But if you'll not go for it, you stand no chance at all.
Right, true, true.
That is true. Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. I'd like to ask Toastmaster Aryan to share one of his experiences.
Okay, so let me summarize first. Let me understand. So the butterfly effect basically means that if a butterfly waves its wings too hard on one end of the earth, then there can be a tornado that results from it, right? So you
Yes.
have to think about what's the
Some
smallest of.
a small event that might not be directly related to something that has happened in your life, but
Okay.
you
There are many that I can think of. I'll tell you about a recent one.
yes.
I went to an offline club, GPT, to just give a speech or something, and everybody was discussing about the international speech contest. And so somebody told me that if you make it to the semifinals, you are flown to Vegas. And so I learned, what? Damn, you don't even have to pay for it. You get a free trip. Damn, and that's when my practice and my preparation for the ISC began, and that's how I've got a lot of experience as a Toastmaster recently. So that's my butterfly effect recently. It's been going pretty well, pretty fun.
Now I know your
Yeah.
motivation. Got it.
So the butterfly will come once you will reach Vegas.
Yeah, we are sure you'll definitely fly to Vegas and represent our club,
One day.
India. Yes. All right. Those are very, very beautiful, crazy, intriguing stories. Let's move on to our next session, the table topic session, where we will be asked on a topic to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. I'd like to invite our Toastmaster, table topic master of the day, Toastmaster Vinny, to take over the stage and conduct the session.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Harsh. It was wonderful theme for the day, and I'll try to keep my topics related to the theme of the day. So, who is going to volunteer? Anyone up for the table
We
topic? I
we all
can starting. Aryan, I can see you in the center. Okay, shall we go with you? Okay. So, Toastmaster Aryan, describe a what if moment you often think about. Describe a what if moment you often think about, Toastmaster Aryan.
Describe a what if moment I often think about. Today, I was watching a very interesting podcast by world champion speaker Dhananjay Hetirachi. If you've heard of him, I see something in you, but I don't know what it is. That guy. And so he said that if you spend 10 years doing anything possible, it is inevitable that you'll be great at it. You'll be one of the best in the whole world. There's only those, if you imagine everything that is great today, how the light bulb was invented, how anything great is created, it is created by an innumerable of wrong iterations. The number of mistakes you're willing to make for a very long period of time before you achieve what you want to achieve. So if you want to do anything, if you want to be great at anything, you just have to stick to it. If you're just willing to fail and keep failing and keep being thrown onto the road and just eat shit for a very long time, then you'll inevitably be great. That is a what if moment for me. What if I could just stick with something crazy hard for 10 years? It is inevitable that I'll be the best. And so that is the message that I want to give to you as well. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Amazing, amazing. You actually came out with the real meaning of that what if. So now moving on to Toastmaster Ashutosh. It's your turn. Uh, for you, share a time when being late turned out to be a lucky. Toastmaster Ashutosh. Share a time when being late turned out to be a lucky. Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Here a time when being turned
Being
out
late,
late,
yeah.
la- late had been luckier for me. So being late, I don't remember any instance had been luckier, but I used to take always pride in getting late. So much so that about 4 years back, I remember I used to proudly say I missed this flight reaching late at airport. So there has been numerous instances of me for official trip. I started from my home and then somehow didn't manage the time well. And by the time I reached airport, and it was like no show, the flight is closed. Then I need to manage some other flight or some other way. And this was a very proud statement from me that okay, it doesn't matter to me even if I reach late. Then somehow I managed to manage this within my companies as well. But then one of the times I had a very big setback. So some of the time this uh, I reached airport late, and then for the connecting flight was not available. There was a planned very big event. I missed that event, and then that day it was like self-reflection that it was not luckier for me, but unfortunately it has become unluckier for me. So and then that day upon I tried to manage time things in time. So to my recommendation is mostly it is not doesn't turn luckier most of the times. So better plan your things in advance and manage your time well. That's it from my side, Toastmaster Harsh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. That was a wonderful story.
Sorry, Vineet, Toastmaster Vineet, yes.
No problem. Now, moving on to our next Sergeant at Arms, Presiding Officer, Toastmaster Shanak. For you, I would like to understand a moment where you fail, but you actually grew. Toastmaster Shanak, describe a moment where you actually failed, but you grew then.
So there is a
One,
saying, sorry.
sorry to interrupt. One additional challenge for you, Toastmaster Shonak. You have to give this table topic without saying the word change.
Okay. Who all are successful today? They cannot achieve success without the failure. And that resonates well in my case as well. And success is an continuous journey where you keep learning, failing, and improving and being a better version of yourself. What I am today, that maturity has come after a lot of failures with my experiences in life, be it personal, be it professional, be it financial. So it was never the case that I was born this mature, which I don't even consider as mature, and further improving because there are a lot of improvement areas I still need to work upon, and that will remain throughout the life. If we all are successful, or mature, then world would be a better place. But there is another side of it, that you will not enjoy that journey. You will not enjoy those experiences. You will not enjoy those immaturities that will actually give a purpose in your life when you look back and see what you have achieved in all these years. Will not give you a reason to smile. So I believe I'll surely continue to do the mistakes so that I can improve. But for sure, don't repeat the mistakes. Any mistake that you have done, if you're repeating it, it's not a mistake, it's a habit. So as Toastmaster Ashutosh mentioned, that he was proud telling that he's a late comer or he's never on time, which effectively costed him in a lot of ways. And at last, he eventually decided that he has to leave behind this habit of him being late everywhere. So that's what my philosophy, that keep doing the mistakes, and that's how we all become mature in our life. And that's what my journey is all about. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shonak. Now, I would like to give a personalized topic to Harsh, Toastmaster Harsh.
Okay.
How different would your life would have been if you didn't go to IIT? How different would your life have been if you didn't go to IIT? Toastmaster Harsh.
That's a question that I've thought about a lot, not just about IIT, but about many different things that has happened in my life. Well, I proudly say that that physically I have two legs, but uh, I have another support, uh, which is IIT, which has given me a lot of things in my life, right from friends that I made there, from the networks that I created, from the jobs that I had, uh, were mostly through the borrowed credibility of being to an IIT. If I didn't go to an IIT, well, I used to joke this to my friend when I was in Kota that if I don't crack IIT, I'll go to Himachal and probably become a tea seller and just have a very simple and sweet life. Uh, I guess I would have turned out as a nomad and traveled uh, or probably become a teacher in a small village and disappeared from everyone's life, because at that moment I thought that it would have been a badge of failure for me. But looking now, I feel no matter what the results would have been, although things would not have been the same as it has been right now, but I'd still have managed to do something and hopefully be present in this meeting for sure. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Great, Toastmasters. I was expecting that you were going to say that you will be moving to Himachal to doing some sadhana for years, and then after a decade, we will find you back in a meeting, Toastmaster meeting, telling us about your story. I would love to hear that, how it would be. So, okay, I guess we are done with one topic with each. Anyone would like to give topic to me?
Yes.
It
Toastmaster
should be
Shona,
easy
go
one. It should be easy one. And personalized one, I would prefer.
ahead. Okay. So I would like to talk. I would like you to talk about how COVID as a phase of life changed your life, how it was the butterfly in your life. And I would like to hand you a prop as well. Here is your prop.
Thank you so much for the prop. I think I can talk on this topic for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but I'll try to keep it short. Right before COVID kicked in, as I mentioned earlier in my butterfly effect, when Hus talked about, asked me about my butterfly effect, I was part of this organization where I wanted to move out, come out of this. But since I had a 6 months of notice period, I was afraid to move out because I was not sure whether I'll get another job or not. I was working in an airline company. I would not like to name it, but yeah. So, uh, but then I felt stuck there. I felt stuck there. I wanted to move out, not because I was not getting money or something, because I was not growing. I had the potential. I knew that, and I could do things differently, which I was not allowed to do it. So it is like you want to make change in the world, but you're not allowed to do it. That's what I felt that time. So I took a step of courage, and I resigned in December 2019, and I had a notice period of 6 months, right? So for 1 month since January 2020, I was sitting on a bench right outside the office. Every day, I used to sit on that bench and used to just see the people coming and going. And intermittently, I was approached by legal team that they will spoil my life if you join the competition, and we will make sure that you will not be able to join any organization, and so and so. But then, after a torture of 6 weeks, they send me back home on a garden leave, which back then I thought that it's not something good for me. And I really felt depressed, and actually felt depressed. And I recently got married at that time. I recently got married. Now I didn't have the job. I was on the garden leave. My salary was coming. But then in March 2020, COVID kicked in. I just completed 3 months of notice period. 3 months was there. I was very happy. Oh yeah! Now 3 months COVID is there, but I'll still get my salary because they were bound to give me the salary. But on contradictory, they just called up that we are releasing you. Now you are releasing me because the COVID kicked in and you don't have money to pay. Now you're releasing me. I literally baffled on them, but I didn't have anything to do legally as well, uh, because things are moving here and there around the COVID. Companies are laying off the people, but that turned out to be a very good thing for me, because those 2 months I spent on upskilling myself. When they released me, the time of the COVID, I actually invested that time to upskill myself on the skill I acquired today. I have today, which helped me to get another job. It's totally different industry, totally different level of competencies. So that made me the person I am today. That made me to take a not just one step ahead, but 3 step ahead, 4 step ahead of my life, which I could never think about it. So yes, COVID had been a disaster in many of the lives, but I would say it came as a some sort of a blessing for me. I should not say that it's a blessing for me, but yeah, it came out to be a positive event for me. That's how my experience had been with the COVID. Back to you, Toastmaster Aryan. Should we go with another round of
I'm very
tabletop?
surprised.
Why
Toastmaster
not?
Vineet, you're married?
Sorry?
Toastmaster Vineet, you're married? I did not
Yeah,
know.
I'm married. I'm married. I have a small kid.
Oh,
it has another big story. I'll tell you some other day.
maybe
My
in your
life
second
is
table topic.
sorry.
Maybe in your second table topic.
Oh, that's little personal. I'm not sure that rule of the table Toastmaster Club allows it. So yeah. So
We
maybe
can take
something
that
in
offline.
yeah.
Okay.
It can be a learning session for everyone, but yeah, as a offline.
We can
Okay.
have
Yeah. Yes,
Okay.
Toast.
fantastic.
So shall we go with another round?
Yes, why
Yes,
not?
Toastmaster Nancy just
Okay.
joined. Former
Oh,
Toastmaster.
oh,
Hello to be
Toastmaster.
Toastmaster
Good
Nancy.
morning,
Glad
Nancy.
to see you.
Hello, good morning. I'm so sorry, super late today.
No, that's okay. We understand that it's a festival
Us.
today. You must be occupied with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
uh, that's okay. So, guys, let's have a table topic for to be Toastmaster Nancy.
Yeah.
Sure, sure, sure. So, Toastmaster Nancy, we have a theme of butterfly effect. The theme says, what is that tiny, small event in your life that caused something bigger changed, right? So, on that theme, the topic which I am giving you is, have you ever taken a different route and it changed your day completely? Have you ever taken a different route and it changed your day completely? Toastmaster Nancy.
Hmm. Can't recall anything for now, but I remember one uh, situation wherein I don't know whether I'll be able to relate or not, but so when I was in office, there was one issue which we were facing, and we were nobody was able to resolve that issue. So sometimes I feel that networking helps, and I then we have I had a few friends in other meeting another teams, and I knew that that team would be doing related to the issue that we are facing. So I spoke to her, and she was saying that yes, we can resolve this issue, and if you change this, and that will be done. So that was that one route, and I feel that that little hi and hello works a lot sometimes, and that issue was resolved, and that was a big change. And due to that, I think I got promoted in minimum time. I mean, that was a very big issue that made impact, I would say, on the team. I don't know whether it is related, but um, it matters. Social
Great.
networking matters. Yeah.
I think your speech completely resonated with what Toastmaster Shaunak talked about today. Building
Okay.
networking and relationship is very important and it
Very
can add a
important. Yeah.
lot of value in your life. And
Yeah.
that's completely you actually resonated with. Great.
That justify my speech.
Yeah. Great validation of that, I would say. Cheek.
I missed your
Okay.
speech, Sonak.
Uh,
Toastmaster Shaunik's speech reached beyond Zoom and reached Toastmaster Nancy without her even being here.
that is a butterfly effect.
Yeah,
Toastmaster Shaunak talked in different time zone and then it reaches to Nancy in
that's
some
a
other.
Yeah, yeah,
that's a procrastination.
yeah.
Okay,
Guys, we can have one more round of table topic.
Sure.
sure.
Yes.
So, okay. So, Toastmaster Asutosh, would you like to take second one?
Yes, sure. Toastmaster.
Okay. So,
Please.
what is that one yes or no that changed everything? What is that one yes or no that changed everything? Toastmaster Ashutosh.
So for that, I would like to congratulate you Toastmaster Vineet, for selection of topics. So I think very interest is making. So anyway, so I would like to one yes or a no, which has changed my life. Uh, it's again a bouquet of yes and no's, which has happened to make a rippling effect, and changing life and bringing me where I am today in whatever shape and whatever um position, gesture. Uh, I can't recall a specific event which has made, other than the one event which I discussed in the morning. That this was one effect that during school time there was self-reflection happened, that not running away from and from a challenging situation. I can also remember a series of instances during my professional journey recently. It's again not one yes or one no, but again stickiness to the situation in spite of challenges, and that has helped me to become more stronger mentally, and then be kind of more amplifying on the effect of like getting there, being there, and kind of holding the fort even if I'm to lose. So there was a situation like Toastmaster Deep mentioned, the challenging situation at workplace, very frustrating during. It was, I would say, it's not COVID, but before COVID, about 1 or 2 years before COVID, there was a change in management, and I had to work with some manager who was very challenging to work with, and it was very toxic work environment. But that was a phase I had been carrying multiples of the installments payment, financially a lot of commitments were there. So that is a trigger that kind of kept me hooked to the continue the job in spite of being every day I used to think whether I should go to office or not. But I continued to do so, and eventually I came out of that situation successfully, and then it's become more kind of resonated in my mindset that okay, need to be there even if the problems are very harsh. So that's it from my side, Sumit. I'm not sure if this will be specific answer, but this is my attempt.
Hmm. Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Okay. Who's going next? Anand? Okay. Uh, share a moment when a stranger impacted your life. Stranger impacted your life. Share a moment. Toastmaster Aryan.
A few months back, I began going on morning runs, but I wouldn't wake up early enough, so I would go in the evening instead. So I would go daily for a morning run in the evening, and I would run and I would run, and I would time every time. I'm running 5 rounds. How fast can I run it? Okay, yesterday I took 15 minutes. Today I took 14 minutes 40 seconds. Yes, great. And eventually I began jogging, and eventually I plateaued. After 11 minutes, I couldn't go lower at all. I couldn't do anything. Every time that I went to 11 minutes, it would pain in my abdomen, and I couldn't go faster. And so I would end up walking the rest of the way. Until one time that I was jogging, and there was this old man that walked by me. He was walking, and he had this sense of wisdom in his eyes. And he looked at me and he smiled and he did. Immediately, I ran so fast, I felt like he believed in me, even though he didn't even know my name. On that day, I went from 11 to 9:45. I was so surprised. And every time after that, whenever I felt that pain in my abdomen, I would imagine him thumbs upping me and looking at me and being proud of me, even though I didn't know him. And that is how I broke my plateau and I created a new high score for myself. And that motivated me to reach beyond my capabilities and do even better. And that is how a complete stranger transformed me into something much better than I was before. Back to you.
Great, great. I mean, that shows how a small gesture can actually add value in someone's life. Great. Now, Toastmaster Shaunak, tell us about a risk. Tell us about a small risk that was paid off. Tell us about a small risk that paid off.
Okay. There is no story as such, but what I believe in taking risk in life. And fortunately, every time it has paid off. Stepping out of a house, of your own comfort zone, of your own territory, of your own house, getting into a new environment is a risk. And that has paid off because that's how I started my journey. That has helped me grow in future. Getting into a new job where everything was new. What all you have done so far, you have to justify that because company is paying you for that. You have to work extended hours. You have to justify your job every day. That's a huge risk because if you fail to do so, you'll be out. And that will affect terribly on your own morale and the energies that you have. But yes, The positive side of it, that will make you stronger. That will give you a strength to face the world, the hardships. So I believe you should take risk in life, else you cannot grow further. Yes, it should be a calculated risk. It should not be the case, where you are on an excursion at the middle of the night without any safety gears and all. Or could be a financial risk where you have invested all the money in the share market without having any knowledge of it. So take a calculative risk, but it's always advisable to take the risk, else you cannot grow further. That's what my journey is. I've always tried to take risk in a calculated way, and that has always paid me off, if not upfront, but maybe in terms of the experiences that I have received after taking that risk, and always give me a motivation where I have learned something new while taking that risk. So that's what my story is. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shanak. Now it's Toastmaster Harsh.
Yes.
Toastmaster Harsh, are you up?
Yep, yep.
Okay, again personalized for you. No, it's not. Uh,
Okay.
what is that small habit? What is your that small habit that had big impact on you? What is that small habit of yours that had big impact on you?
I have always been a lazy kind of guy, procrastinating and not building habits. But recently, 3 months back, I started a small habit that has immensely changed my life. And that small habit is hitting the gym. When I say hitting the gym, it's not going to the gym and working out. It's just showing up to the gym, whether it's just to hear the song, walk on the treadmill, and come back. There have been days when I come from the office and I feel so lethargic. I can't go. But I that habit of just showing up, that triggers in me, and I eventually go to the gym. And once I'm there looking at all the hot bots there working out, the motivation comes back right in, and I have a good workout session. So yeah, that is one habit which I also recommend to other people when who are starting their journey, is not to focus on the workout but focus on showing up to the gym. And it's actually not just about the gym, it's about any other habit, going just showing up to the park for a morning walk, or showing up to the office, or showing up to a Toastmasters meeting, even if you don't feel like you want to give a speech or speak. So that's one habit that I have inculcated in my life. And I hope that I'll become an embodiment of that uh, that thing and become an example for others. Yeah. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Great choice of words, Toastmaster Harsh. I'm very happy to hear all these words. When it's very difficult to use all different kinds of words. And soon to be a bodybuilder.
Won't be a
Toastmaster.
bodybuilder, but I just my goal is to be fit.
The most difficult part of anything is the starting. The most
Making
difficult part of the fitness journey is just to reach the door of the gym.
right. Okay, with that, I am out of the topics. If anyone would like to
Now,
share,
we still
go.
have to be Toastmaster Nancy.
Yeah. Anyone
Let me
would
find the
like to?
topic for
Yeah.
you. In the meantime, you give the topic to be Toastmaster Nancy. I'll find one for you.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
we have, I think, Toastmaster Harsh has given his second topic, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Yeah. Nancy's left.
Okay, we'll give her a topic. Let's think. Okay. Toastmaster to be Nancy. One decision that changed your life. One decision that changed your life. Toastmaster to be Nancy. You're on mute.
Yeah. So there are multiple instances, I would say. Uh, so I was into one technology from past many years, and 3 years ago, I thought that I should change my technology and look for something else. And I moved to another one. I learned that technology, and then I appeared for interviews in the companies, and I got the job. That was one decision of moving on to new technology. That's all. There are multiple, I would say, but that was one recently.
That's good. You can keep thinking and adding to it.
Okay.
You still have time, I believe.
Okay. Okay. So, I mean, it took some time. It was not easy, I would say, thinking about new technology and moving on to another, because from past many years I was working on one technology, and that was, I mean, there were few additions, but that was, it was not that I was entirely moving on to new. And when I learned, it was not that in the first go I appeared for interview and I got selected. There were lot many rejections I faced, and after that, I think maybe more than 10 interviews, I would say more than 10 interviews. And after that, when I appeared for interviews, after that, I mean, there were no more rejections. I got selected in many of the organizations for that new technology.
That's quite inspirational, line. That drive all of us to move further into,
Yeah, yeah. Keep moving
yeah,
and always learn something.
exactly. So, Toastmaster Vineet,
So, just one question: what is the word of the day today? No
embodiment.
word. Sorry,
Embodiment.
embodiment. Okay, I could not find that in the chat.
And it was there in the chat.
I'll put it there again. You joined late, so you might not be able to see it.
Okay, okay.
So, Toastmaster Vineet, add caption to your life. Add caption to your life, Toastmaster Vineet.
Not sure if I understood the topic completely, but adding caption to my life. Uh, my life has been really adventurous for me. The decision I took in each phase of my life has transformed me into the person I am today. Right from the beginning of jumping into a altogether different career from what I did in graduation, and then right from changing industry to industry and profile to profile. Those steps and those jumps, which I never wanted to take because I didn't want to come out of that comfort zone, but somehow life drove me there and put me in that zone where I had to take certain decisions, which I would have otherwise never taken. So my life has been running in a way on itself, and I am actually encountering a lot of zones where I need to take some decisions which I would have otherwise never thought about taking it. And it has been a really amazing journey. I never regret. I never regret about it. I always wanted to become something else, but what I am today is also amazing thing, and I am actually proud of that. I do not compare myself with others. I just try to compare me with myself, what I was in 5 years back, 10 years back, and how I have grown up, how I have grown up. And that motivates me every day to grow, to actually move ahead. But that actually do not motivate me to take risk, because again, as I mentioned, I always try to stay in my comfort zone, and more I try to stay in my comfort zone, my life keep pushing me towards the hill, that jump, jump, jump. But I try to say, no, no, wait for some more time, wait for some more. I'm liking this phase. But no, life says, no, I have something bigger for you. Jump. And then I jump. And then another decision. That is how my life has been. Toastmaster Shaunak, back to you. Thank you.
That's quite inspirational. So it's been an adventurous and a crazy journey. So I believe our presiding officer day today, you can continue with that.
You are the presiding officer. I will
Sorry,
take over.
Toastmaster of the day. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, that was a very fun session. Thank you, Toastmaster Vineet, for the thoughtful topics which brought out many interesting stories out here today. Uh, really eye openers. Well, now let's move on to our third section, the evaluation section. I would like to invite Toastmaster Ashutosh to carry that session and give us the evaluation. To you, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. So before we go to the evaluation of the meeting, we'd like to invite Toastmaster Aryan for evaluating the speech of Toastmaster Shaunak.
All right. So my target speaker today gave a great speech, very inspiring and very thoughtful speech about, I suppose you could say, strategy and ideas. Very resonating, I would say. You used a lot of interesting stories, ideas, and thoughts about how networking is very important to us. It was quite, how should I say? You used a variety of experiences to try to talk about the same topic, which is interesting because then you can resonate with different people through different stories, and you were also on a path of consistency. You were consistently with the same topic, which is very important. Often people, stray from their topic and go in some different direction. The recommendation I have for you is to incorporate some more emotion into your speech. Some more, for example, if I show you an example, recently when Toastmaster Vineet gave his table topic, he talked about, he's being pushed through, right? He's being pushed towards that decision by life itself. So if you can create that visual, if you can use something that can resonate with everybody, try to appeal to something universal. Try to say something in such a way that people who are not fond of networking and corporate life and all of that will still be able to resonate with your speech. That would be my recommendation for you. The wider your speech can be, the more number of people it can resonate with, the deeper it will strike, the more powerful it will be. That is the message I want to leave you with. And great speech. I can't wait to hear your next one.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Aryan. I'll surely implement these feedback in my next speech.
Okay, back to you, GE.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. So you have been a multi-starer today, an all-rounder. I would like to call you back again to give the evaluation from TAC as a TAC evaluator.
Okay, so let me tell you a story. As I began evaluating this meeting, the number of roles that have been given me are not bearable for one person. Let me tell you, I have only two times that I have noted for today. I have 617 for the prepared speech and 147 for Toastmaster Harsh's first table topic. So I changed my strategy and I decided that I would go about it in a more holistic perspective. And so instead of going into R counter and grammarian and timer, I will give some feedback on a more overall point of view to everybody. That You can take it, you cannot take it. I'm not that great a speaker, but if it resonates, you can work on it. So let's go one by one. Okay, Toastmaster Ashutosh, your speaking style is it's very candid. It's your own unique style. It's like, wise uncle giving you advice. That's the feeling I get. It's stoic and it's wise. I feel, your knowledge coming through your words. It is not very emotive. That might be your style. That's fine. It's your choice to make. But my feedback for you is to incorporate some more emotion, some more visual, not even visual, but emotion of what is about to happen. The bus story was very nice. So if you can, right off the cuff, think of something that can create that visual story and then go back to your topic, that can be very impactful for you. That wise advisor style is also quite impactful. I think you should stay with it. That is going well for you. Okay, next. Toastmaster Nancy. So I noticed that you have good scope for different stories that you can use in your table topics. So you have, deep stories that even if you say the same story, you can point it in different directions and deliver different messages. One feedback I have for you is to look do not hesitate when you're giving a table topic at club level. Even if you go comparatively away from the topic, if you're delivering an impactful story, people won't think about it. So let me just tell you a random story. I gave my table topic contest at the club level, and I cannot remember what the yeah. So the topic was my fears, FEARS. I was suddenly brought to the room, and I heard my peers, PEERS, and I spoke for 2 minutes about my peers. And then Toastmaster Vineet came in, and he started talking about my fears. And I was like, oh no, I've lost this. I just misheard the topic. And even despite that, I ranked in the speech. And so at club level, it doesn't matter. You can mishear your speech, not know about what is the meaning of the title, even. If you can deliver an impactful story and summarize a message at the end, great work. So focus on the story, focus on the message. That's something you can do very well because you have that story in you. I see that. And try to focus on the concrete and try to zoom into your story. If instead of saying, technology, you can be about, we were using this thing and I don't know if I should go there. And for so long, I was in this moment where should I go here, should I go there? If you can knit together that visual for me or that very concrete moment that actually might have happened, then I can imagine you being there. But if you stay too broad and if you deliver the story from too far a perspective, then it is tough for me to imagine it. Go into the concrete and zoom in into your story. You do have great stories, and I'm waiting to hear them next time. Can't wait to join the club, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
let
sorry.
me move on to Toastmaster Vineet. You have a great use of visuals. Your use of visual with the mountain that you mentioned was a great explanation of what you were trying to say. One thing that I recommend to you, you should stay on whenever you're delivering a table topic. You can stay on topic in the beginning, but don't conclude too early. If you deliver your message in the first 30 seconds, then I already know what you're talking about for the next 2 minutes. So if you can just talk about the topic, go to your story, but only give me a little bit hint about the topic, not the complete message you're delivering. And then only come to the complete message at the end. That is when you give me the final insight that what you're trying to say. You did do that very well, I think, in your first table topic. You went to a very good message at the end. That is something you should work on. Who is left? Toastmaster Chanak. Uh, you also have a good wise advisor mode that I like. Same feedback for you as well. Go into the specifics, go into the story, and go into the actual emotional moment. If you look at the greatest speeches, they're concrete. They can't be about, you can't say in a sentence about 6 months of your life. Like those 6 months were the toughest of my life. That happens sometimes, but the most strongest visuals are, and then I was in that phase of I have to make this decision in the next 5 minutes. The more concrete the image, the better I can imagine it, right? On to you, Toastmaster Hush. Okay, great choice of the theme today, and very insightful that you were using giving everybody a chance to share. And your table topics are also quite interesting. You have the message in you, and your acting I've seen in your previous speeches is very good. You doing this and this, it's very well that you portray it. Um, for now, that is my feedback for you as well. All right. Okay. Back to you, GE. I hope my feedback was insightful.
Uh, Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. So I can say you covered the evaluation from a G perspective. So it's a very holistic, I would say, evaluation and feedback, making it end to end. But again, okay, we'll talk about the evaluation of TAC role. So when I discuss, so very, I can say warm and the stickiness had been there in the meeting. So I say the meeting started well in time, and it was like a movie getting launched well in time. The theme was there, the casting was there, but it was not sure who is the hero, who is the side hero, who's the actress, and who is the villain. The roles, the nominations were not clear. But I congratulate all of us. The very, I think, candidately select took the roles, if not only one role, multiple of roles, and then meeting well done, very well, and had been kind of no successful meeting in spite of having not clarity on the beginning and on the roles of the most of the players. And when I joined, I think no, I know it's a festive day today. In my mind, also, okay, there's very less members in today's meeting. Okay, we'll be finishing very soon, and then it's time we can wrap up in maximum half an hour, 40 minutes, and then okay, I can get back to my the other routines. But eventually, so happened that this meeting had been very successful and sticky. So I would have wished to continue the more discussions, more topics. So continue the meeting momentum even further, and not having and the meeting as it is arriving now. Talking about the topics, the role players, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Harsh selected well thoughtful topic, butterfly effect. He also explained the topic very well in the beginning of the meeting while he started conducting his role. He explained the meeting theme, Toastmasters overall. Meeting theme, everything was good, and then he started asking questions on the specific butterfly effect experienced by all of us. One recommendation for him as a Toastmaster, this topic was very interesting and thoughtful. Could have added more perspectives to his this topic. Maybe different flair of questions to be asked would have been asked from different people, or maybe he could have bring more perspective, more examples from his life or some other very ways to bring more clarity on this topic. On the planned speech by Toastmaster Shonak definitely has been very. I would can very well relate, and then also Toastmaster Nancy is already kind of resonated with this thought that networking is a very essential life skill. I can say it as a life skill as we grow as a professional, or in it is a life skill in our professional, in our personal, in our whatever way of life. Even not only humans, even the animals also network. So networking is the essence of life, especially in today's connected world. Then we have to be connected very promptly in terms of not only physical meeting, we are online, and then having a lifestyle real time access to the people, and then need to be responsive as well. And then the evaluation also is very well narrated and quantified by Toastmaster Aryan. I missed if there has been recommendation, but I just missed that maybe the recommendation, the part of it. So I could not kind of give recommendation, the feedback on the recommendation. I would like to congratulate after this on the table topics. Definitely, I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Vineet. I think you have been the key star of this was a movie to done today. You have been the main lead role star of the meeting. On the selections of topic, very thoughtful and clever topics that the participant have to think and in their feet to answer. It is not that there's something they can deliver without thinking. It's a very thoughtful, selected topics and cleverly also delivered. And then you not only given the topics one time, then you found the opportunity to take a second round of revolution topics running. That is also very well that the meeting could finish well as per the planned schedule. Otherwise, meeting would have been winded up much earlier. And then you not only you give topics, you took an opportunity to be part in the table topic by yourself. So that is also a very well initiative. It's while you are giving topics, you also took an opportunity to be participate in this event as well. And I think overall it was very well planned on the Toastmaster Aryan again. I think you have been champion, and I would like to evaluate. Not I'm not sure if I could evaluate you, but give you a feedback. Your voice, your confidence level definitely very high. From I think you have joined Toastmaster recently. I'm not sure if that is the right assertion, because I've been there in Toastmaster, joining, not joining, but there. But then I see the if it is there a recent initiative and the time you have been there here, your warmth, your depth in your voice, whatever is there, you can be definitely a superstar, and you are said to be one of to going to Vegas sometime. I can say see that. On your role as TAC, definitely you took a very good initiative to cover overall holistic, but some I would say uh, perspectives on the few takes on the key roles also would have been helpful for the meeting members to analyze the timing. If not all the if it, even if table topics, whoever was in threshold, who was out of threshold, if not specific time precisely, would have been helpful, or the like being mindful, or just giving a perspective who was like more on the adding filler words, who was using less on the field. Some threshold, using some threshold for giving some opinion on the key roles would have been helpful. And adding to the role, to the feedback which you did delivered was very mindful and useful for all speakers. So that's it from my side, and I congratulate all of us for a successful meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day, and then deciding officer.
Thank you, GE Toastmaster Ashutosh, for that very insightful evaluation, and also to Toastmaster Aryan as part of the tag team. As we wrap up, I would leave everyone with this thought that every choice we make, no matter how small, is shaping our future in one way or other. So, with that, I close the theme for the day, and we can conclude the meeting. I would like to hand over the stage to presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Sean.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Harsh. Just a small uh, note before we end this meeting. Life doesn't come prepared for all of us. It's always full of surprises, like today's meeting, where a lot of people have not turned up who were playing the role players, and so that goes with you, Nancy, as well. The table topics may not resonate well with our day-to-day life always. So to think about a story, we have to be ready to take or to fill the roles of others a lot of times. And that's how the life is and continue to be. So enjoy this journey, embrace this journey, take things in a positive note. With this, I end this meeting for today. Everyone have a very auspicious day. It's an auspicious day. Enjoy this to the fullest. May God bless all of us. Have a wonderful weekend and do take care of yourself.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Thank you,
Pop, pop,
everyone.
pop,
Bye-bye.
pop, 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 pop,
Pop,
pop.
pop, pop, pop. And and Nancy, I'll connect with you separately on that, or maybe Aaron will connect with you.
Okay.
Thank you. Take care. See you. Bye bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, bye, Nancy. Hey, Anshuman, you there? Or you know? Hey, what's up? Who's there? Say something. Okay, nobody there. Oh wait, this is being YouTube streamed, lol. Oops. Bye bye.